Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel Adventures in America. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jocelyn and I'm a dual citizen of the United States and the Philippines. For today's topic, we are going to discuss the protocols and documents that needed to be presented for former Filipinos who are traveling in the Philippines. But before we get started, please like this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Former Filipinos, these are special group of Filipinos who were naturalized in a foreign country. So once you are naturalized, you are effectively renouncing your Filipino citizenship. However, there is a special privilege being granted for former Filipinos so you can travel in the Philippines. As a general rule, only Filipinos can travel in the Philippines. However, there are exceptions. One of the exceptions are former Filipinos, because right now foreign tourists are not allowed in the Philippines. However, former Filipinos who are now considered foreign nationals are being given a special privilege to travel back in the Philippines. So it doesn't matter how long have you been out of the Philippines or how long have you been naturalized in a foreign country. However, you cannot use your Philippine passport to travel. Once you become a naturalized citizen of a foreign country, your Philippine passport will be effectively voided. When you travel to the Philippines, you can use your foreign passport, and you need to present your old or valid Philippine passport to show proof of your former Filipino citizenship. You will use this so you can avail of the Balikbayan visa. The Balikbayan visa is a free visa for former Filipinos, and this can be availed at the port of entry in the Philippines. However, you must go to the Filipino lane at the immigration, and you have to tell the immigration officer that you will be availing of the Balikbayan visa. This visa will allow you to stay in the Philippines visa-free for 1 year. It doesn't matter if you are traveling alone or if you are traveling with your foreign spouse or your foreign children. Please remember that the Balikbayan visa is only extendable to the foreign spouse of a former Filipino or to the foreign children of a former Filipino. Now let's talk about the travel guidelines for former Filipinos. There's actually a travel ban imposed against 10 countries. So if you are a former Filipino and if you are coming from one of these countries included in the travel ban in the last 14 days, you will be denied entry in the Philippines. However, if you are just in one of these countries for a mere layover or a transit passenger, then you may be able to enter the Philippines. This list of banned countries are India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Now, let's talk about the quarantine protocols for former Filipinos. There are actually two classifications. First, if you are unvaccinated, and if you are coming from a country not included in the green list country, then you will be subjected to a 10 days of hotel quarantine. Please remember that the pre-booked hotel of 10 days is a major requirement. If you don't have this pre-booked hotel quarantine before boarding, you will be denied entry. So this is one of the most important requirements when traveling to the Philippines, aside from presenting your foreign passport and your Philippine passport. You will need to present your 10 days of hotel quarantine for those who are unvaccinated and for those who are coming from a country not included in the green lane country. Now, if you are coming from a list of green lane countries, then you can avail of the 7 days of hotel quarantine. The green lane countries are updated constantly, like almost weekly or almost every 2 weeks. So it's important that you pay attention to the list of green lane countries if you wanted to avail of the 7 days of hotel quarantine. However, I would advise to not depend on the green list countries because these are constantly changing. There are actually strict requirements when availing of the 7 days of hotel quarantine if you are coming from a green lane country. So this is based on the Interagency Task Force Resolution number 128. So here are the 4 requirements. First, your port of origin must be a green country or a nation with low COVID-19 risk. Second, you have stayed exclusively in a green country for the last 14 days before arriving in the Philippines. Third, you must be fully vaccinated either in the Philippines or overseas. And fourth, your vaccination status can be independently verified or confirmed by national authorities as valid and authentic upon arrival. Now, let's talk about the standard health protocols. First, you must have a face mask and a face shield. Second, you must download the Trace mobile application for contact tracing. Third, you must register through the One Health Pass from the Bureau of Quarantine. And fourth, you must register through the ECIF. Either you are flying through PAL or for Philippine airline passengers, there is a separate ECIF. And for those flying through a foreign airline, you must use padlab.ph for COVID testing. For passengers who will be availing of the 10 days of hotel quarantine, the swab test will be on the 7th day and the release of results will be on the 9th day. So what will happen after giving the results? If the result is negative, you will be released on the 10th day and you will have to continue the home quarantine for 4 days. Now, if you have a positive result, either you will be subjected to a medical management or you will be admitted at a hospital. Now, for those availing of the 7 days of hotel quarantine, you will be tested on the 5th day of your arrival and you will be released on the 7th day. Now, if you will have to travel domestically, you will have to use the S-Pass. And there are certain requirements or there are different requirements depending on your final destination. Some local government units will require either a negative COVID test or a proof of vaccination or a proof of hotel quarantine or quarantine certificate. Also, the documents that must be presented before the Bureau of Immigration are: if you are traveling alone, you can present your foreign passport and your old or valid Philippine passport at the Bureau of Immigration. If you are traveling with your foreign spouse, you must present a valid or authentic marriage certificate. And if you are traveling with your foreign child or children, you must present a birth certificate for each child traveling with you to prove filiation or relationship with the child. Also, all former Filipinos do not need to present a return or onward ticket. And all former Filipinos are also given the chance to be a dual citizen, and you can do this by applying at the Bureau of Immigration in Manila for your dual citizenship application. I understand that it's hard to set up an appointment online abroad at Philippine consulates because there are so many applicants for dual citizenship. But when you travel to the Philippines, for all former Filipinos, you can actually apply for dual citizenship at the immigration, but make sure that you bring all the documents and fill out the correct form once you apply. Again, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you recently traveled in the Philippines, please share your travel experience and let us know what you think of the travel restrictions. Thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.